Bawku issue came in because, you know, our hotspot now is the jihadis in the region, the jihadis across the border, and also the Boko problems. So those are the things that we discuss. Of course, there are security matters, and I can't tell you what we discussed. It's very sad that people have lost their lives. It's something that RESEC, we want to know what really happened. And we are going to. I also want to say that this troubles in Bawku is taking too long. We have been doing our best to make sure that there is peace in Bawku. The Interior Minister, the Minister for Defense, CDS, and all the big people, IGP, they're all here for us to see if we can prepare peace. And I think it lasted for a bit, and then it started all over again. If you sit down and you think about it, you really don't know the reason why it is getting this way. And I think that probably there are also criminality in it. There's politics in it, criminality in it. People have their own reasons why they probably don't want this to end. So I want to appeal through this medium that, look, let's give peace a chance, because Bawku is virtually.
Right, so let's begin by going to the phone lines and to speak with the MP for the area, Mahama Ayariga, who has filed a petition at Shraj. As you may have followed in the course of the week, the military high command issued a statement admitting to neutralizing, that's the word they use, neutralizing 6 men. Then they give accounts of various things that have occurred whilst they are doing their operations in the area. Bawku is becoming a ghost town. Important installation, businesses, banks, snates, all of them, they have moved away from that place. They are now situated in the Bogatanga, and it's a long journey for pensioners, for example, to move from Bawku to Boga, and the road is terrible, terrible. Now, Mahama Ayariga has a different account on how the people were killed. He names all the 10 of them. For example, one of them, Indego Mumuni, he says he's a 39-year-old man, and he's married. He's got 1 wife, he's got 5 children. His father is deceased, his mother is deceased, and this is how he died. That he died of gunshot wounds inflicted by the military. And where did it happen? He was in his garden, watering his garden plants, and they killed him. Another one, Smaila Jafaru, also is said to have been burned in a room full of hay where he had taken refuge. The incident occurred in his house. The deceased mother resisted, and that is how they shot her in the hand. So his father has also been killed by the military, and his mother sustained wounds in her left hand from the gunshots of the military and is receiving medical treatment. I go through the story as in the different accounts from the Member of Parliament, and you find a very disturbing story different from what the military is saying. There is this Abumbaina Madi, 33, has 3 wives, 6 children. Okay, his parents are alive. He's a motorcycle mechanic. He died of gunshot wounds by the military. The military men wearing military uniforms were seen chasing him on foot, while some were in an armored vehicle chasing and shooting at him. There are a couple others who are said to have been killed in this same style. Thank you for joining us this morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
How come your account is different from what the military, the officials that we are supposed to hear from, their accounts?
Well, I mean, let's start by expressing our condolences to the families of the bereaved, and to let them know that we are with them in these very difficult times. I don't expect the military to admit that they did the things that they did. I mean, they find a nice way of capturing it, that they were liquidating people. I'm not sure that is the job of members of the Ghana Armed Forces, given the level of training that they have received. I don't see in their media statement that the people they so-called liquidated were firing guns and that they retrieved, these ammunitions from them after the so-called liquidation exercise.
That is instructive. That is instructive. That they do not talk about retrieving any ammunition, but exactly. they said they were shot at. They spoke about one guy who approached them with a cutlass and also needed to be neutralized. And Bawku is known to have residents, almost all of whom keep guns.
Well, not almost all, but let me just say that they haven't given evidence that, they retrieved any weapons. As for a cutlass, I mean, do you shoot and kill somebody for brandishing a cutlass? Which I dispute. So the point is this: what I've put out there are eyewitness accounts of exactly what happened. I have the names of the eyewitnesses. I have their contacts. The communities, I've instructed them, they've gathered the witnesses, they have the names, the contacts, everything. And trust me, I insist that the Commission on Human Rights and Absolute Justice should go and investigate and establish exactly what happened. You will see that what I have put out there.
So you are going to be inviting these witnesses to corroborate as eyewitnesses.
When the investigators of strikes go to those communities, they will meet those witnesses, and then they will tell them exactly what they saw. They will see the location. See, the locations are significant. Anybody who is familiar with the conflict in Bawku knows that if you told me that, you shot and neutralized somebody at a particular location, I will not be in a hurry to go public in condemning you, because I know that those locations are hotspots, and very often they are the venues of intense exchanges between the two feuding sides. So I will do some more, research. But where these things happen, I mean, I can assure you that anybody who knows Bawku knows that they are so far away from the centers of action that when you chase people to that location, you don't need to neutralize them, as they put it. And so these are just clear, brutal killings.
Right. So Honorable, I will come to the question of whether this should be a SRAJ investigation or we need, a constitutional committee or commission to go into this. These are 10 lives, 10 lives involved. But, for example, there are a number of them, including Imoro Salifu, that your eyewitnesses tell you that he was shot by the soldiers in front of his house at about 8 p.m. on January 26. Now, why will the military invade someone's house and shoot them without any provocation?
Yeah, I mean...
Or any cause, not provocation.
These things have been happening. If you notice, 8 p.m. Or after 8 p.m., would have been curfew hours in Bawku. So they will tell you, the person was outside during curfew hours. Look at the age of the man. I mean, somebody at age 60 will hardly be out there fighting. If you had shot a 30-year-old man and said, oh, you know, he was out there fighting at 8 p.m., but a 60-year-old man would not be holding a gun, would not be out there fighting. A 59-year-old man, most unlikely to be out there fighting, even if you saw him during curfew. I mean, your job as a paid professional military officer is not to kill at first instance. I mean, you could arrest him. You could inflict some, you know, pain, slaps here and there, threaten him, get him to go into his house. But how does he end up being killed simply because he was outside during curfew hours? And it just didn't start with those two people. About a month ago, a woman was equally killed in Sabongari, you know, simply because she was out during curfew hours. And so I have restrained myself when it comes to those matters, because I think
isn't it difficult for yourself to believe those stories so easily that someone for a curfew offense is shot and killed?
No, it happened. Just go to Sabongari and ask. This lady, a woman, she was shot and killed during curfew hours. And when I did my investigation, I found out that she cooks and sells food during the day. And so sometimes she has to prepare the food late into the night. And because of curfew hours, she passes somewhere and then commutes back home, tries to meander through the houses and get home. And then early in the morning, she wakes up and now sells what she cooked over the night.
Yeah, so that's...
And so she became a victim of just military having noticed her out there during curfew hours.
So that's my question. If you breach curfew hours, you are not a candidate for death. You are not to be killed.
Exactly.
And these are professional military and police officers. Why would they shoot and kill because you have breached a curfew?
Exactly. And so it is this level of brutality that we are talking about. And that is why I'm saying that we need to investigate it. And you asked me whether it should be a commission. I mean, what have we gotten out of all these commissions that were set up by the president in the past to investigate killings? What happened? Nothing happened.
At least that signifies that signifies the enormity of the problem.
I don't think so. I want the truth out. I don't want some high-level exercise that will come to nothing. I believe the Human Rights Commission will do a very good job of establishing exactly what happened. And then they will take action to ensure that there are remedial measures. I don't want it political. I don't want the president's hand in it, so that at the end of the day, you know, we turn around and then say, oh, it was political and this and that. This is a case of human rights violation. And under our constitution, the proper body to ascertain exactly what happened, given proper investigative powers. The same powers that a commission of inquiry would have anyway.
You are asking the SRAJ to make a finding of fact and simply make compensations to the relatives, surviving relatives of these people. But if this is found to be what it is, it's not a mere case of human rights violations. Those engaged would then have been deemed to have committed murder, and murder is prosecuted, and the sentence for it is that you are supposed to be hanged, even though you may go to jail for life.
However, and I just want to make sure that the rights of my constituents are respected. If in the process the state decides after the commission has established the fact that it will prosecute them, so be it. Then it will deter people from needlessly taking the lives of innocent people in the name of trying to restore peace in Bawku.
Once again, what is it that doesn't make you want to believe the military's account one bit?
Because citizens of Bawku that I know will not lie to me, told me exactly what they saw, and they are ready to come forward before any institution and give eyewitness accounts of what they saw.
But these are the same citizens. These are the same citizens that we know have been killing each other and have been hoarding weapons for that purpose?
Well, the fact that somebody has held a weapon, has fought, doesn't mean that the person is incapable of speaking the truth about what they have seen. Like I told you, the military themselves, in their report, did not say that when we neutralize Mr. X, we retrieve AK-47. When we neutralize Mr. Y, we retrieve a G3.
That's obviously curious.
The only time that they talk about the weapon is a cutlass. So you confront a man who is wielding a weapon, a cutlass, with an armor car, and then, several soldiers, and you shoot and kill? How can you do that? How can Ghana be reduced to that?
And the reliefs you are seeking, very finally, is that what the lives of these people, are worth? 500,000 Ghana cedis each?
Well, I want the state to pay. The Human Rights Commissioner can have a different mechanism for determining what values we place on these lives. But I think that some compensation must go. Look, if you look at the people, somebody has been killed, he survived by 3 wives. Somebody has been killed, he survived by 2 wives. Somebody has been killed, he survived by 1 wife.
Exactly my point, Mr. Mahama Ayariga. Exactly my point.
He has 7 children.
Exactly my point.
And we need to maintain these people. so that is why I say that they must be compensated, so that those of us who have who have to take care of these families, we have the wherewithal to take care of what they have left behind.
I am familiar with a case where a man had a crane fall on him. He's not dead. He's just been disabled. And his compensation is $1 million. People have lost their lives. They have dependents. And you say their lives, is worth compensating 500,000?
Well, we can say 2 million. We can say 3 million. At the end of the day, the Human Rights Commissioner will determine exactly what kind of compensation he thinks is appropriate.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Thanks for your time.